So what effect will this current COVID pandemic have on cycling, and particularly the manufacturing quality of the bikes that we ride? So we've seen in the bicycle sales figures that the demand for bikes has increased significantly worldwide. Now, the sales figures are all up and the supply is getting thin on the ground at bike shops and dealers, etc. Now, a large proportion of bicycle production is done in China, where it is considered that the virus began. Now, the Chinese government earlier in the year placed lockdowns on their communities to control the spread of the virus, which resulted in the factories being closed down for a period of time and workers being unable to travel to work and etc. The process of these community lockdowns then spread throughout the world, with many citizens only allowed to travel or leave their home for essential items and some physical exercise. So many people turned to cycling for exercise and also for travel to avoid public transport and groups, etc. So cycling was really an ideal mode of transport and recreation in this situation. So here in Melbourne, we've had a significant increase in minor repairs such as corroded cable stops and bonded hangers and things like that falling off and little things like that, where people have got their old bike out of storage, which they haven't used for some time, and found these problems and they want to use it again. We also find that the bike shops are running out of stock, and the online markets are full of second-hand gear being sold. So it's been a real demand for bikes. But we've also heard reports from suppliers that the quality on things like saddles and stems and other little bits and pieces has dropped a little bit. Items not being finished correctly and like sharp edges on stem corners and things like that. And you can see my previous video on stems for carbon steerers why that's important. So if simple steps like that, which are visible, are being missed, how do we know that more complex steps, which are impossible or very difficult to monitor visually, how do we know they're being done correctly? So things like the heat treatment of a metal, or the ply placement in a carbon frame, or even the fibre grade and the type and the cure cycles and things like that. How do we know that's being done properly? Now, often a diligent brand will have their own quality assessors at the factory in China during their production run, and they'll oversee the quality aspects. But with the current travel restrictions, that's much more difficult to do. And so is that being done? And bigger Western brands also will often have an office in Taiwan or China, but will they be able to get to their factories? So these sort of limitations due to travel we can severely restrict the quality inspection processes on these products. And myself, I'd be reluctant to jump on a plane right now and fly to China to do quality inspections, even if I was allowed to travel, which is very difficult to organise from Australia. But this may be a time for Chinese brands to step up, and they may have better control of these issues than the Western brands trying to operate remotely. So there could be some opportunities for the lesser known Chinese brands who are trying to make a name for themselves to actually increase some market share. So with the high demand for bikes and an economy on the brink of recession, is there a temptation for suppliers to just get product out the door and not be so concerned about the quality? Or is there an opportunity here for brands to really step up and make a name for themselves? Only time will tell on that. So if you're in the industry, and I'm sure there's people in the industry who watch my videos, even if they don't tell their boss, but you've got any experiences that you can share with the audience, let us know in the comments below, because it isn't knowledge unless it's shared. Okay, see you again soon. Bye.